He's just trying to do his job. And ladies, you can't start a fight hitting on somebody. Should a guy hit a lady back? Absolutely not. But you can't fight a guy and then say, oh, don't hit me, I'm a lady. All right, the court is calling 2024 CR 3101B, State of Texas versus Rebecca Jean Alvarez. Could I have parties announced for the record for the state? Defense?
William Davidson.
Okay. And are you Miss Alvarez?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And it's the court's understanding a PSI was not done in this case, correct?
Correct.
All right. Any witnesses from the state or defense? Any witnesses?
Yes, Your Honor. Christina Villarreal, who is her girlfriend.
All right. Christina Villarreal, if you'll come forward. All right. Can you raise your right hand for me? Do you solemnly swear affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God? All right. You can lower your hand. Make sure you keep your voice up so that the court reporter can hear and I can hear.
Fine.
All right. State your name for the record.
Christina Villarreal.
All right. Defense?
Yes, Christina. Can you please tell me your relationship to Rebecca?
She's my girlfriend.
And how long have you known her?
About 4 or 5 years.
Okay. And if this judge sees fit to put her on deferred adjudication probation, will you help her get to any appointment she has to get to?
Yes, I will. I have a car, so there's no need to reason why she can't be able to get anywhere or do anything that you request.
And are you aware she's had a heroin problem?
Yes, I'm aware.
Do you have a drug problem?
No, I don't have a drug problem, never been to jail.
Okay. And would you tolerate her using drugs in your house or in your premises?
No,
Okay. And do you think she may be a good candidate for probation?
yeah, she's a good person. She has a good heart. She can work. She should be good for it.
Okay. Is there anything else you want this judge to know that might help her make a decision on this matter?
Just if you grant her the probation that she'll comply with everything that you do. Like I said, there's no reason why she shouldn't be able to have a car, have everything she needs. I got it.
Yes, yes.
Any questions?
Yeah, where did you meet? This?
She's a friend of mine.
Where did you,
Just around the way. We know similar people.
like, 4 years ago, 5 years ago?
About 5.
Did y'all meet in a store? Did y'all meet,
Yeah, prior I used to work at 7-Eleven, so came into my store.
have you ever been to prison?
No, I haven't. I've never been to jail either.
She's been to prison.
Yes, I do.
She was convicted of robbery.
It's okay. That has nothing to do. Her past has nothing to do with me. It's the present.
My question was that you're aware of that. Is there-
I'm aware.
And when did you meet her? What year?
I'm not quite sure. It's about 4 or 5 years ago. If you want to come back then,
2020 or 2019?
if you want to believe so, yeah. I mean, I don't remember. It's been a while.
Okay, well, you said 4 to 5 years.
4 to 5.
It's 2004, 24.
Yeah.
Minus 4 years is 2020.
I mean, if you want to say so. But like I said, I know 4 or 5 years. I mean, going back doesn't really mean anything.
Only one person can talk at a time to the court reporter. Okay?
Sorry.
All right. So what I'm going to ask you to do is I want you to listen to the questions that are being asked of you
Mhm.
and answer the questions. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. State, you may continue.
Thank you. I'm just asking these questions so we get a full rounded picture of
Mhm.
your relationship with her, because you're saying that you're gonna be there for her and
Yes.
help her, is that correct?
Yes, it's correct.
And when she picked up these cases for possession of drugs, you and David,
Yes, I was thorough.
and then in February of this year, 2024, you're also dating for robbery, is that correct?
Yes.
No further questions, John.
I'm finished with this witness, Your Honor.
All right. I have a few questions if there are no objections. All right. So I'm trying to figure out how long have you been in a relationship with her?
Like about, I mean, just recently, like about 2 or 3 months.
All right. Do you have children?
No, I don't.
Does she have children?
No, she doesn't.
All right. Thank you so much for coming down.
Thank you. Kristen, please. My next witness is my client, Your Honor.
All right, if you'll come forward. Can you raise your right hand for me? Do you solemnly swear and affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God? All right, you're gonna have to keep your voice up so that members, so that I can hear and so that the court reporter can hear. You can lower your hand, state your name for the record.
Rebecca Jean Alvarez.
All right, defense.
Rebecca, please understand, only one person can talk with the court reporter. And so it's a little bit awkward as far as the normal conversation, but please remember that. Can you please tell the judge about what your drug problem has been?
Been addicted to heroin. I've been struggling with this addiction for the last 3.5 years.
And since you have been locked up, how long have you been locked up?
Since February 2nd.
And have you had access to heroin in the jail?
No, sir.
And are you clean now?
Yes, sir.
Do you have any more desire to use heroin?
No, sir.
Now, if this judge did put you on deferred probation, would you abide by all the terms, including any type of drug treatment that may be recommended?
Yes, sir.
Do you think you need drug treatment?
Yes, sir.
Now, if you get out, do you have a place to stay?
Yes, sir.
Where?
My sisters or at Christina's.
Can you speak up so she can hear you?
My sister Ruby's or Christina's.
And would you be able to get a job again?
Yes, sir. With my my former, I used to work at Blue Star Brewery and he's willing to give me another shot.
Blue Star Brewery?
Yes, sir.
And what do they do there?
It's a brewery. I was a dishwasher there.
You don't have access to any drinking there, do you?
No, I don't drink.
And are you asking this judge to give you deferred probation?
Yes, sir, I am.
And you're gonna abide by the terms and conditions of their,
Yes, sir.
and this is a first degree felony, even with the waiver of the repeater. So do you understand the range of punishment if you were to get revoked?
Yes, sir.
And what is the lower range?
5,
And what's the upper range?
18.
No.
Oh,
If you get revoked, the upper range on a first degree felony is
99, right?
correct. You don't want to come back here, do you?
No, sir.
They pass the witness?
State.
Yes, on the day, February 2nd, 2024, what were you and your friend doing?
We went to JCPenney's and I was trying to make ends for my drug habit.
Okay, so y'all were stealing from there? When
Uh,
y'all left, the knife was pulled on the employees there?
Yes, sir.
Y'all were stopped under a bridge by
Yes,
the
sir.
officers?
Yes, sir.
And you were convicted of robbery, and spent 8 years in TDC, is that correct?
For my past, yes.
Thank you, no further questions, Joe.
Just want to follow up on that. At that store, did you personally take anything out?
No, sir.
What did you do with the merchandise when you,
I emptied my backpack and threw the items inside the store. I never left the store with it.
okay, but you were with someone who did leave the store with it,
Yes,
correct?
sir.
All right, which is probably why you're here today.
Yes, sir.
Now, as far as in the store, was any knife pulled in the store?
No, sir.
What was the purpose of the knife being pulled outside of the store?
He was pushing on her. And he's a male. I mean, she's a female. He didn't identify himself. He didn't say he was loss prevention. I mean, after he said he was going to tackle her, I felt the need to step in and I pulled out a pocket knife.
Did you cut anybody?
No, sir.
Okay. That's what it's.
He didn't identify himself,
No, he didn't.
so he just ran up to you
Yes.
and grabbed you
He put his hands on her.
on her,
Yes.
and so you pulled out a knife.
Not till after he threatened to tackle her and we were already out the store. And I already had opened my backpack and gave him the items. Like I never left the store with any items.
Maybe you did, but your friend did, that you pulled the knife out for the protector, right?
Yes, sir.
So you knew who the person was coming to stop you.
That didn't happen until after he didn't identify himself. He went to go push on her.
Did you or did you not know who the person came to stop y'all from stealing? Things?
Once I put the knife out, I guess, yes.
Okay, no further questions.
I don't have any more questions, John, but if you do, have no objections. You were asking for deferred,
Oh, just one moment.
sorry.
All right, I'm reading the stipulations and it states Rebecca observed Damien following her. So she told him she was not stealing anything. Rebecca removed items from her backpack and walked out the exit door. So the person who was following you all was Damien. And in the stipulations, it says you observed him following you and you told him, you actually spoke to the person. So the person who came running after you and the friend that you were with is the same person who you said, I'm not stealing anything. So are you still saying that you didn't know that this person worked security or was an employee of the store?
I don't recall telling many of that.
Okay. And what is your relationship to Rebecca? I'm sorry, yeah, what is your relationship to, just one moment. Who is this? We always have people who want to be attorneys. All right, what is your relationship to Corianne Valent?
None, she's an ex.
All right, so that's your ex-girlfriend that you were with?
Yeah.
All right, and so while you were with her, I'm not trying to start any trouble, but while you were with her, were you still with the person who came to testify on your behalf? Because her timeline of dating you is during this incident.
Corinne was an ex. We weren't in a current relationship.
Okay. All right, I always just have questions. Okay. All right, any other witnesses from either side?
Nothing from the state,
No, yeah.
All right, the court will hear argument. State.
state's asking for 18 years.
I'm sorry, you said you're asking for 18 years. There's only one case, correct?
There should be two cases going on for.
All right,
Is there
let me
two cases,
see.
right?
I thought it was one case and I
Oh,
thought
sorry.
Yes,
I
I
thought-
only have one.
the enhancement was waived. No, not waived, but
Oh, sorry. He gave me two cases.
I'm sorry.
Okay, so there's only one.
18, yes, sorry, I apologize.
Another case, my fault. It's another case.
No problem.
Your Honor, I gave you those were for the other one.
I'm sorry.
I didn't read the name on the file.
I'm sorry.
Okay. All right, defense state is requesting 18.
Your Honor, we are requesting some type of deferred, obviously it can only be up to 10 years for deferred that actually take place. My client is willing to do whatever she has to do to comply with the terms and conditions of probation. She does have a support system that we're here. And she is willing to go to any kind of drug treatment that's recommended or required. And she knows that if she blows this, she's looking at possible 99 years of, not that that's always given, but she could get a long time on this thing. She did not take anything out of the store. However, she was with someone who did. And then she apparently pulled a knife, and what she says is a defense of this other person outside the store. My client at that time was homeless, living under a bridge, which is, I think, where they arrested her. So we are asking for deferred.
All right, so Ms. Alvarez, I want you to know that I understand that any time that somebody does in custody, it's a lot of time. I remember when I was a defense attorney, you would have some prosecutors saying, oh, a person can do that time standing on their head. And you know, I always tell that prosecutor, have you ever done time? Because if you have not, you can't tell me that somebody can do time standing on their head. But both you all have talked about your prior, which is a robbery. So a robbery, the difference between that and aggravated robbery is there's not a weapon. And so you've gone from committing a robbery that you went to prison for to now it's aggravated robbery. And I don't know why people who are in the wrong feel the need to pull weapons. I mean, both you, from what I read in the stipulations, both you and the person, your ex that you were with, you all were stealing from JCPenney at North Star. And this person is just trying to do their job. I don't know if he receives a bonus from stopping theft or not, but he's just trying to do his job. And ladies, you can't start a fight hitting on somebody. Should a guy hit a lady back? Absolutely not. But you can't fight a guy and then say, oh, don't hit me, I'm a lady. You can't steal from JCPenney at North Star and then say, oh, don't chase me, don't grab me and bring me back to the store because I'm a lady. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, this is what the court is going to do. The court is going to find you guilty. There's an affirmative finding of deadly weapon. Court is going to sentence you to 18 years in the prison. You're credit for any time served. There's to be no contact with Corien, Corien, Valent, Valent. There's to be no contact with North Star Mall. And there can be the therapeutic community. If you have a drug issue, the therapeutic community does not increase the time that you're in custody. But I have no jurisdiction to force them to allow you in the program, so you'll have to request it. Did you review the document entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you sign it? Because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waive your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Because this is a felony conviction, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question over what a weapon or ammunition is, you'll need to speak to an attorney. We can go off the record. Here's the thing. If you pick up another felony in Texas, depending on the level of felony it is, that's going to put you in a status as being a habitual offender, and your minimum will be 25 years, and you will not be eligible for probation. Do you understand? All right, good luck to you.
May I say one thing, Your Honor?
Yes.
And I'm sure the court's already aware of this. I just need to state this to make sure it's on the record. There were two counts. The first count was ag robbery. The second count was robbery.
Yes.
That doesn't change, what she did or didn't do, but the count one had been waived.
Yes. No, the count that was waived was count two.
Yes, it was.
Yeah, count two was the one that was waived.
The ag robbery was waived.
No, let me see the file.
I promise you, it was the ag
Okay.
robbery, but they did say that they kept the repeater because they wanted it to be a first degree.
No. Count two was waived and the enhancement was waived, and they proceeded on count one, and count one is the aggravated robbery. All right, thank you. All right, court is calling 2023 CR 0056, State of Texas versus Thomas Navarro. Could I have parties announced for the record for the state? Defense?
William Davidson.
And are you Mr. Navarro? All right, you entered a plea to count two on May 28th of no contest. You pled true to the enhancement. The court found the enhancement true. Your range of punishment is anywhere from 5 to 99 years or life because it's a first-degree felony. However, according to the plea bargain agreement, your punishment is to be assessed at a cap of 10 years in the prison. The state is opposed to your application for deferred adjudication or community supervision. There's a $1,500 fine. The state is taking two causes into consideration. And then there's restitution to 6 persons and 1 entity, and that will be Circle K at Crestway. All right, there was not a PSI requested in this case. Defense, do you have any witnesses?
It's not client, yeah. Well, actually, I have one more witness too. He just showed up.
Sure.
Shannon, what's your last name? No. Yeah,
All right, if you'll step back here, sir. Defense, call your witness.
Shannon.
All right, if you can raise your right hand for me. Do you solemnly swear and affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
All right, you can lower your hand. Make sure you keep your voice up so the court reporter can hear and I can hear.
Okay.
All right, state your name for the record.
Shannon Dowdell.
Shannon.
Dowdell.
And
Dowdell.
To put him on deferred probation, would you help him go to his appointments or do anything he had to do to comply?
Of course.
And do you have a criminal background?
No, Your Honor.
And are you addicted to any drugs?
No.
And where was he working prior to this?
He was working for, he was lifting houses and leveling out the foundation of homes.
Okay. Do you know whether or not he could get that job back?
Yes, it's waiting for him.
And as far as drug treatment, how does he address his heroin problem at this point?
He had just started using methadone prior to this.
When you say methadone, you mean a clinic?
Yes,
And you're aware of this case before you came in here today, correct?
yes.
Yeah, pass it, Ms. Shawn.
All right.
I'm sorry, man, what's your full name?
Shannon Dowdell.
So you were there when he was arrested on October 17th, 2022.
No, I was not.
You're Kim Dow, right?
Yes. Oh, in the car when we got pulled over, yes, I was the driver.
Because you were there. Heroin was found on him,
It was not found on him.
found in the car.
It was not found in the car.
Where was it found?
The police officer had found it, on neck underneath like the passenger side on the ground.
Stepped out of the car.
No, not when he stepped out of the car. We had actually, no, it was not. Okay.
Was there marijuana found in the car?
Yes, there was.
You charged with that?
No, I was not.
And you're also aware that that Mr. Navarro is also a documented, Texas Mafia member.
I heard that was his past.
That's his past.
Yes,
When did he, leave that organization?
I'm not aware.
So you're not aware when he left, but you're aware that he did leave.
Yes,
No further questions, John.
That's all I have for this one, Ms. Shawn.
All right. Do you have any children?
yes, I do.
What are their ages?
25, 21, 18, 17, 10, 9, and about to be 8.
All right, you say 10, 9, and what else?
About to be 8. He'll be 8 on the 23rd of this.
All right, and do your children live with you?
Yes, they do.
All right, so you knew of Mr. Navarro's past
I
before you started dating him?
I did, Your Honor.
All right, and so has he been living with you?
He did live with me, Your Honor.
All right,
During the time that he lived with me, he was clean. He wasn't doing any drugs. He was going to work every day. He was giving me his paycheck. When he did relapse, he was not allowed to be in my home. And that's apparently when all of this has come
so,
up.
but you knew about his past and you thought this would be a great influence for your children?
He was not on drugs when I
Now,
met him.
my question is, you knew about his past, you knew about the gang affiliation, and you thought this would be the person to bring in your children's life?
I didn't know him in his past, Your Honor, but when I had met Navarro, he was sober, he was clean, he's a great role model when he's not on drugs. My kids look up to that man very much. When he is on drugs, he does make poor decisions. I do respect the fact that he reached out to try to get help. I watched him go through that. My kids did not see any of that, Your Honor.
All right, so when you were in the vehicle with him,
Yes,
you knew there was marijuana in the vehicle?
I didn't, Your Honor.
So you didn't know about any of the drugs being in the vehicle?
No, I didn't.
All right. Any other questions?
No,
All
yeah.
right, thank you. Call your next witness.
My client, Your Honor, Thomas Navarro.
All right, if he can come back up. Can you raise your right hand for me, please? Do you solemnly swear and affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God? All right, you can lower your hand. Make sure you keep your voice up for me and the court reporter. If you'll state your name for the record.
Thomas Navarro?
All right, defense.
Thomas, you know why you're here today, right?
Yes, sir.
And do you have a drug problem?
Yes, sir.
And what's your drug of choice?
Heroin?
And if this judge sees fit to put you on deferred probation, will you abide by the terms and conditions, including any kind of treatment program?
Yes, sir.
And what kind of treatment were you engaging in before you were arrested for this offense?
I went to a methadone clinic.
And was that helping?
Yes, sir.
And on the day that this happened, were you still a Mexican Mafia member?
No, sir.
When did you leave that
2014.
2014? So you're an ex-Mexican Mafia member, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
And if this judge puts you on probation, do you have a job?
Yes, sir.
And what's it doing?
Leveling houses,
What?
stone house, leveling houses
Leveling houses, okay. And who would you be living with?
with Shannon.
With who?
Shannon.
Shannon. Do you have other family here in town?
Yes. Yes, sir.
Who?
I have my brother and my mom.
Okay.
My son.
and your son. Where does your son work?
At Walmart.
Are these people supportive of you?
Yes, sir.
Do you think you could complete a deferred adjudication probation without having to get revoked and come back and be sentenced?
Yes, sir.
And you understand this is a first degree felony. What could you be sentenced to in the worst case?
Not very much.
You want to come back, do you? Yes, witness.
State.
Yes, Mr. Navarro, you admit that you were convicted of the repeat allegation, which was possession 1 to 4 grams back in 2020.
Yes, sir.
But you also had a conviction for aggravated assault with deadly weapon in 2008. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
You were sent to prison. You actually received probation, but then you were subsequently sent to prison. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. No further questions, Your Honor.
All right.
I have no questions, John.
All right. Any other witnesses?
No.
Court will hear argument. State, what are you requesting?
State requested 10 years.
Defense?
We are requesting some level of deferred probation. My client has a place to stay. He has a plan to deal with his drug habit. You've heard his girlfriend come up here and tell you that she's going to help out with him. And he's also resigned from the Mexican Mafia.
Okay. All right. Mr. Navarro, I want you to know that I've heard everything that both parties have said. I've internalized everything. I've listened to the testimony, your testimony, and the testimony of the witness. I don't believe you're a good candidate for probation. As previously stated, I'm finding the enhancement true. I'm going to find you guilty, sentence you to 10 years in the prison, give you credit for any time served. I request the therapeutic community. It doesn't increase the time that you're in prison. There's to be restitution and no contact with Circle K at 5100 Crest Way in Windcrest, Texas, 78239. Jennifer Green, Michael Shannon, Luis Molina, Amanda Aldana, William Blue, Christopher Johnson, and there's to be no contact with Shannon Dow. Did you review the document entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
Because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waived your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Because this is a felony conviction, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question over what a weapon or ammunition is, you'll need to speak to an attorney. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, good luck to you, okay?
Thank you.
All right, did you have something you wanted to say, miss? Because you're not being a good parent to your children. You've been driving around with him in a vehicle, and I don't have the legal ability to do it, but I know if I drug tested you today, it would not come out nice. I don't know why I do not know why someone would bring a guy into their household who has all of these things going on. Guess what? If it's just you by yourself, you're an adult. Children have to go where their parents go, and they're expecting that their parents are making good decisions for them, and you are not. You and the person who's with you with their arms folded, y'all are excused. Goodbye. Christian Dunbar. Who's the attorney for Christian Dunbar? Yes. All right. So where are we on this case, Mr. Cox?
Judge, this was a case where the co-defendant had come in yesterday. The state was asking for time to reach out to the complainant. There was an issue about the amount that was stolen from the complainant that we just wanted to clarify before proceedings due to the fact that it could possibly be a misdemeanor amount.
All right. And so have you made the determination?
I have not. I need to check my emails, but I can do that right now if you give me a moment, but otherwise we would need more time.
All right. So let's do this, because if he checks his emails and it turns out it's a misdemeanor, this case is going to get dismissed because it's outside my jurisdiction. What we'll do is we'll recall it, and Mr. Cox, your client will still be able to appear by Zoom.
Right.
And if it is a misdemeanor, it'll be dismissed in this court, so he won't have to appear. But this is the date that I'm going to give y'all. They're going to start a murder trial today, unless things work out. How much time do you need?
A couple weeks, Judge, just to make sure just that we contact the right people.
All right, you want to set it for June 27th?
That works for us.
Is that good for you or no?
Maybe out of town. Could you see first week in July?
All right, we can do July 1st.
That's fine.
All right. All right, Mr. Dunbar, thank you for dressing appropriately for court. with the Lord's Supper behind you. All right, we'll be back on July 1st. There's no shame in that. No, my mom has the Lord's Supper up. All right, so we'll be back July 1st. The same link you have is the link that you'll be able to use for that. And I'll put down that you can appear by Zoom.
Thank you, Judge.
All right, thank you.
Judge, that's on the docket today.
Okay. All right, could I see the file on Joshua Henderson, please? There you go. Oh, it's already up here?
Way ahead of you, Judge.
You all are. Thank you.
Thank you, Judge. Maybe we be excused.
Yes,
Thank you.
Judge, can we approach on the trial?
yes, okay. Yes.
The jury's in the hallway, Judge.
Oh, they're coming back at 1:30.
Come back in 1:30
Yes.
so we can tell our people
Yes,
we're good till 1:30.
yes.
Sure.
So just to make the court aware, Judge, we are waiving some of the paragraphs in the
Okay.
indictment. And so I've talked to the clerks about how we do that with Odyssey, and the clerks have taken the indictment up to Elena to figure out how we
Okay.
do that. So just wanted to make you aware that we're kind of working on, we're waiving some of the counts and some of the paragraphs. And I think there's computer things that we
Oh,
need to do, or the
yes.
clerks need to do to make that happen.
Okay, and then when you say you can let your people go, do you have witnesses here today?
I've got family here, so.
Oh, okay, yes,
They wanna-
1:30.
They want to watch.
Okay, sure.
Okay.
All right, thank you.
Thanks, Judge.
You're welcome. Alboy Todd. Who's here on Alboy Todd? Thank you. Where's your client? Come down, please. All right, where are we on discovery?
I think the state's provided everything, we were notified if anything's missing.
Yes, Judge, I don't believe we're missing anything. We did receive an offer today. So if we could just get one more setting to review this, discovery with Mr. Alvoy, so that Monica can go show him stuff at the jail.
Okay, how old are you, sir?
43.
All right, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to set this for a plea deadline date, and we can come back either June 24th or June 25th.
Sorry.
Hmm.
Completely different matter.
Okay.
Discuss in a minute.
Is there any way? Yes, if we could do the 24th.
All right, so Mr. Todd, we're going to come back on June 24th. On that day, you need to let the court know whether or not you've reached an agreement. Do you understand? Do you have any questions about anything? All right, we'll see you back then.
Thank you, Judge.
All right, you're welcome. Yes,
Have a good.
Commissioner, can I just-
Sorry.
yes,
what time are we gonna do?
1:30.
Sure, thanks.
Sure. Are y'all ready on Robert Uridalis?
No,
All right,
still talking, Judge.
all right, thank you. Michael Johnson.
We're ready to announce, Judge.
All right, thank you.
Johnson?
I have this court date as
Gotcha. Yeah, that makes sense.
all right, I actually have this set for July 11th, but okay, we're here now.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, so where are we on discovery?
Judge, like you said, it's a Monday on a Tuesday.
There we go.
As far as discovery goes, Judge, I think the state has turned over everything they have in their possession. I need to try and subpoena something from ICS Calling Solutions. My understanding is their mail goes through them now as well.
Okay,
If we could, I guess, set for a plea bargain deadline, Judge, we got
Yes.
an offer today. We've discussed that. And of course, I'd like to run down that additional information.
All right, I actually have you set for July 11th. Do you want to keep that date or do you need a different date?
That should work, Judge.
All right, so we'll come back on July 11th.
And is that for plea bargain?
Yes, that'll be your plea
I know
deadline date.
Okay. Thank you, Judge.
All right, is there anything else that's needed?
Nothing further at this time, Your Honor.
All right, thank you. Oh, and I know that all the attorneys have decided to rush the 187th close to 12, but guess what? We're recessing at 12. So who's not done? Guess what? You're coming back on the 13th.
Not today.
No. All right, are we ready on Yuri Dallas?
Yes.
All right, court is calling 2019 CR 4223, State of Texas versus Robert Uridalis. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state
Jason Garrett, headline.
defense?
Doug Campbell, ready?
And are you Robert Uridalis?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you review the document entitled Motion to Enter Adjudication of Guilt and Revoke Community Supervision with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, Your Honor.
Are you the same Robert Uridalis who was placed on deferred adjudication in 2019 CR 4223 for the offense of credit debit card abuse on May 17, 2019 for a period of 2 years? Is that you?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, state.
Yes, Your Honor, I violated condition number 1 on or about the 16th day of April 2021 in Bear County, Texas. The defendant Robert Gonzalez committed the offense of driving while intoxicated in violation of condition number 1.
How do you plead to that? True or not true?
True.
We'll waive the remaining violated conditions, Your Honor.
Any objections?
No.
Did you understand by pleading true to violation of condition number 1, the court could find it true, grant the motion, find you guilty, sentence you up to 2 years in the state jail facility and up to a $10,000 fine?
Yes, Your Honor.
Knowing that, do you still wish to plead true to violation of condition number 1?
Yes, Your Honor.
Court will find violation of condition number 1 true. Is there a proposed agreement?
There is, Your Honor.
Yes.
That is to adjudicate guilt, revoke the individual office case supervision, and sentence him to 290 days in the state jail facility. And the defendant has agreed to plead in a misdemeanor for the DWI.
All right. And what is the cause number for the DWI?
659-312.
All right. Is that the agreement?
It is.
Mr. Uridalis, are you asking the court to follow that agreement? Are you waiving your right to appeal?
Yes.
All right, then the court will follow your agreement. The court will find you guilty, not grant you community supervision. The court will sentence you to 290 days in the state jail facility, give you credit for any time served, and this will run concurrent with County Court Cause number 659312. Probation, was there any restitution? All right, has that been paid? And is that to Stefania Balderas? All right, and the court is going to order the $800 restitution. Stefania Balderas. Going to show you what's entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal. Did you review that? Yes.
Judge, I was just reminded, when I did my calculation, it had 182 days for state ISF. We'd asked that that be applied to this sentence. So
All right, the court will give credit for any time served and inpatient treatment that was successfully completed. All right, did you review the document entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you sign it?
Yes, Your Honor.
Because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waive your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Because this is a felony conviction, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question over what a weapon or ammunition is, you'll need to speak to an attorney. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, we can go off the record. Make sure you do better in life. Otherwise, you're going to keep coming back to court. You understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
And with regards to your judgment satisfied, sometimes the state jail facility will see that it's a judgment satisfied and they won't pick you up. But sometimes they will pick you up for processing. All right, do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, Deputy Laura, the people in the box whose attorneys have not appeared and they're not ready, they're going to be called back for the 13th. Oh, no problem. So I've read what's been given to the court. I've read the violation report. I've read the affidavit of non-prosecution. So here's the thing, I'm gonna want the complainant in here. So y'all have the complainant in here. And based upon what's on in the affidavit of non-prosecution, she's gonna need an attorney. I personally have never seen where you had a complainant who says something didn't happen on the family violence side. I've never had or seen the state bring criminal charges. However, she is subject potentially to criminal charges if a false police report were filed. So we're gonna reset this. And it's gonna be reset soon, because I'm assuming that she's cooperative with defense counsel, hence the affidavit of non-prosecution. So we're gonna recall this and the court will hear it and she'll need to be here, and we'll make sure that if she can't afford an attorney will be appointed to represent her. All right? So we're gonna come back on June 24th for the court to hear this violation.
And just so, I guess the state will be responsible for bringing the witness if they're trying to pursue the violation report in the case.
We will not be bringing her in. I mean, I wouldn't want to subject anyone to criminal prosecution.
No, that's why she's gonna have an attorney appointed to her. And if nobody's gonna bring her in, I'm assuming that she's the person who has this assault second against him or assault family case. Is she the complainant in that case?
For the, yes, the same person for the violation report, yes.
All right, so I'm assuming at some point the state is gonna have to bring her in, otherwise there's not gonna be a case maybe. So I'm gonna schedule this for June 24th, and I will tell you, this is one of those cases where the rules of evidence apply. So this affidavit of non-prosecution, the rules of evidence apply. So somebody should probably have the complainant here. An attorney can be appointed to represent her if she decides that she wants to say that this didn't happen. So we're gonna come back on June 24th.
Thank you,
And
Your Honor.
I will give you a reset form. Once you sign the reset form, you're excused.
Thank you.
You're
And then,
welcome.
Judge, I did get a hold of Mr. Wolf.
15 লাখ টাকা পেয়ে গেলেন, এরপর কি করবেন?
আমি নিজের নামে একটা রেস্টুরেন্ট ওপেন করতে চাই, এটা করতে পারবো, এটা করতে পারবো।
15 লক্ষ টাকায় রেস্টুরেন্ট হবে না তো?
8 বছর চাকরি করেছি মানবাধিকার সংস্থায়। চাকরি চলাকালীন আমি কোনো কিছু শিখতেও পারছিলাম না, এই বিষয়টা নিয়ে আগাতেও পারছিলাম না। সেজন্য আমি চাকরি ছেড়েছি, এটাতে আগাবো বলে। আমার রেসিপির নাম হলো ভেলভেটি কোকোয়া ক্রেভিং।
জান্নাত, কি করেন আপনি?
আমার একটা অনলাইন পেজ আছে যেখানে বাসায় ফুড বানিয়ে সেটা কি বলে সেল করি। কারিগরি প্রশিক্ষণ কেন্দ্র থেকে কয়েকটা বেকিং এবং কুকিংয়ের উপরে সার্টিফাইড কোর্স করেছি এবং বর্তমানে এখন ডিপ্লোমা কালিনারি ম্যানেজমেন্টের উপরে ডিপ্লোমা করছি।
কেন এত পড়াশোনা করেছেন কালিনারি নিয়ে?
নিজেকে একজন প্রফেশনাল শেফ হিসেবে দেখতে চাই।
যখন প্রফেশনাল শেফ হয়ে যাবেন, আমি লাস্ট 7 বছর ঈদে কখনো ছুটি নেইনি। সো ঈদ কমপ্লিটলি গন, হলিডেজ কমপ্লিটলি গন। ফ্যামিলি এটা রাজি হবে? ফ্যামিলি মানবে?
আমি 8 বছর চাকরি করেছি মানবাধিকার সংস্থায়। চাকরি চলাকালীন আমি কোনো কিছু শিখতেও পারছিলাম না, এই বিষয়টা নিয়ে আগাতেও পারছিলাম না। সেজন্য আমি চাকরি ছেড়েছি, এটাতে আগাবো বলে। আর চাকরি যখন করেছি তখন আমার ছেলেকে আমার মা, আমার বোন, ওরা হলো কি দেখাশোনা করেছে।
আপনার কেন মনে হচ্ছে যে সেরা রাঁধুনি সেই প্ল্যাটফর্ম যেটা আপনাকে শেফ হতে সাহায্য করবে?
যারা এই কালিনারি জগতে আসতে চায় তাদের জন্য একটা সেরা প্ল্যাটফর্ম হলো সেরা রাঁধুনি। সব কিছু একটা শক্ত হাতের প্রয়োজন হয় কোনো কিছুতে সামনে আগিয়ে যেতে, তো আমার কাছে শক্ত হাত সেই সেরা রাঁধুনিটা।
শেফ আমরা কি করতে পারি বলেন?
নিয়ে যাই ওয়েটিং কার্ড দিয়ে।
ওয়েটিং কার্ড দিয়ে দিচ্ছি।
4 বছরের অপেক্ষা।
কি নাম তোমার?
ফাতেমা খাতুন ঋতু।
কি বানিয়েছো আজকে?
ডেজার্ট বানিয়েছি হানি সানফ্লাওয়ার, আমি এখানে বাকলাভা করছি ক্রিম চিজ দিয়ে, যেখানে আমি ক্রিম চিজে ইউজ করেছি হানি।
সো দিস ইজ আ বাকলাভা।
বাকলাভা এবং চিজ
আউটার লেয়ারটা বাকলাভার,
এবং উপরে চিজ কেক,
চিজ কেক, এন্ড দেন দিস
দম চিকেন, আর ওইটা নান বানাইছি আমি।
এই দুটো রেসিপি থেকে যদি যে কোনো একটা সিলেক্ট করতে হয়, আমি যদি বলি আপনাকে আমি একটার জন্য মার্ক করব, সেটা কি হবে?
তাহলে বাকলাভা চিজ কেক।
কেন?
বাকলাভা আমার বেকিং খুব ভালো লাগে করতে।
কয়েকটি কুইজিনের নাম বলেন।
আচ্ছা, মানে আমি ইতালিয়ান, তারপর এইভাবে বলবো কি পাস্তা, তারপর পিৎজা, ইন্ডিয়ান কুইজিনের মধ্যে আসে বিরিয়ানি, তারপর হলো বিভিন্ন ধরনের রায়তা, রাবড়ি, এগুলা। আর টার্কিশ ডেজার্ট করেছি, টার্কিশ ডেজার্টে বাকলাভা তো আসেই। থাই কুইজিনে হলো টমিয়াম স্যুপ আছে, তারপরে হলো থাই ফ্রাইড রাইস আছে। একটু
লেটস সে আমরা আপনাকে আজকে সিলেক্ট করলাম, আপনি শোতে এসে শো জিতে গিয়েছেন,
ওকে,
15 লাখ টাকা পেয়ে গেলেন, এরপর কি করবেন?
আমি নিজের নামে একটা রেস্টুরেন্ট ওপেন করতে চাই। এটা করতে পারবো, এটা করতে পারবো।
15 লক্ষ টাকায় রেস্টুরেন্ট হবে না তো?
যতটুকু হোক,
বাকিটা
ছোট হোক বা বড় হোক, যতটুকু হোক আমি করব।
যদি আজকে এখানে সুযোগ না পান, তাহলে কি আপনার জার্নিটা থেমে যাবে?
না না না, অবশ্যই না, আমি আবার চেষ্টা করব।
আই লাইক দ্য স্পিরিট। আপনার ফুডের টেস্ট ভালো।
থ্যাংক ইউ।
এখন খুশি হতে পারেন। আপনাকে যখন 15 লাখ টাকা জিতেছেন, আপনি ইমাজিন করতে বলছে আপনি অনেক খুশি হয়ে গিয়েছিলেন।
না না, এমন কিছু না। ঢাকা অবধি যাই, তখন হয়তো ইমাজিন করতে পারবো যে আমি অনেকটা একটা ধাপ হলেও এগিয়ে আসতে পারছি।
ইমাজিন করেন আপনি ওয়েটিং কার্ড পেয়ে গিয়েছেন।
হ্যাঁ, আচ্ছা,
পেয়ে গিয়েছেন।
সত্যি?
জি, চলে আসুন।
ঠিকই জানি, কি জানি আমার মাঝে আমি সেরা রাধুনী।
Mình đang tô phần lông của chú vịt mẹ với cái màu tím nha. Chú Khắc ơi, cái giấy khai sinh đấy có cần ngay hôm nay không? Hôm nay cháu không đi công chứng được, nếu mà cần ngay thì phải dùng bản sao. Nhưng mà hơi tiếc bản sao vì hôm đấy nhà cháu làm có mấy cái. Tưởng là chưa cần ngay để mai cháu đi công chứng thì lấy bản công chứng. Nhưng mà nếu cần ngay thì để lại nộp bản sao vậy. Bản sao hôm đấy nhà cháu lại làm hơi ít. Làm có 5 cái thì lại lộp hôm trước một cái rồi hôm nay 2 cái nữa là 3 cái. Thế thôi đưa luôn, hôm nào cháu lại đi làm vậy. Tưởng là chưa cần gấp ấy thì là để cháu công chứng thì nó dễ hơn. Công chứng thì công chứng ở đâu cũng được, nhưng mà bản sao thì phải đúng ủy ban. Vâng, cần luôn thì lấy luôn. Vâng. Thế chú nhé. Mình đã tô xong với cái màu tím rồi nhá. Mình sẽ cắt cái màu tím lên đi. Với phần lông của chú vịt con mình sẽ tô bằng cái màu vàng nha. Với cái phần mỏ và phần chân cũng vẫn là cái màu nâu. Mình sẽ tô bằng cái màu nâu này.
It looked really good. Taste-wise, it is also very good.
থ্যাংক ইউ
কোথায় শিখলে বিফ লাজানিয়া বানানো?
এটাই ফার্স্টে ইউটিউব থেকে দেখেছিলাম এন্ড দেন কয়েকবার বাসায় নিজে ট্রাই করেছি 4-5 বারের মতো, যখন আমার মনে হচ্ছে যে রেসিপিটা পারফেক্ট করতে পেরেছি।
আমি সেরা চমক দেখাতে জ্বালাবো শিখা দেখিয়ে দেব যা হয়নি দেখা।
আমি মৌসুমি।
মৌসুমি কি বানিয়েছেন?
এটা হচ্ছে চকো ক্যারামেল চিজকেক ব্লসম।
Looks beautiful. I think আজকের দেখা one of the best presentation.
থ্যাংক ইউ।
কি করেন আপনি?
আমার ছোটোখাটো একটা বিজনেস আছে ফুড নিয়ে, পাশাপাশি আমি ট্রেনার হিসেবে রাজশাহী মহিলা টিটিসিতে আছি। আমি মাস্টার্স কমপ্লিট করেছি হোম ইকোনমিক্স থেকে, আর এছাড়াও আমি হোটেল ম্যানেজমেন্টে ডিপ্লোমা করেছি, আর এখন করছি হলো কুলিনারি আর্টসের উপরে ডিপ্লোমা। এছাড়াও আমি কিছু লেভেল কমপ্লিট করেছি যেটা কুকিং এবং বেকিংয়ের উপরে।
সো আপনি রাজশাহী টিটিসি ট্রেনার?
জি।
সো রাজশাহী টিটিসি ট্রেনার হিসেবে ইউ হোল্ড আ ভেরি হাই পজিশন ইন দ্য সোসাইটি, রাইট? সো ওই পজিশন থেকে এসে এরকম একটা প্ল্যাটফর্মে দাঁড়িয়ে নিজের খানাকে প্রুভ করা, দ্যাট টেকস আ লট অফ গাটস। অল ইউর স্টুডেন্টস আর ওয়াচিং, যারা আপনাকে চিনে তারা দেখছে।
জি।
অ্যান্ড এটা তো অ্যাবাউট নাও তো 50-50, ইট ক্যান গো এনি ডিরেকশনে। ফুড প্রেজেন্টেশন নিয়ে আমি বলেছি, ইট লুকড রিয়েলি গুড। টেস্ট ওয়াইজ ইট ইজ অলসো ভেরি গুড।
থ্যাংক ইউ।
এভরি লেয়ার, ডিফারেন্ট এলিমেন্টস অফ ইট ভালো লেগেছে।
জি।
নিচের সসটা ভালো লেগেছে।
থ্যাংক ইউ।
আমাদের যদি সিলেক্ট হয়ে যান তাহলে কিন্তু একটা লম্বা সময় থাকতে হবে, মানে এত কিছু বাদ দিয়ে ওইটুকু কি করা সম্ভব?
সম্ভব, কারণ আমার বাচ্চারা খুব করে চায়, এটা তো আমার ভালো লাগার একটা জায়গা যে আমিও চাচ্ছি এখানে যেতে। সঙ্গে আমার বাচ্চাদের খুব ইচ্ছা যে তার মাকে এই পজিশনে দেখা যাক, তো আমি হয়তো বা জবও ছেড়ে দিতে পারি এখানে যাওয়ার জন্য।
মৌসুমি, আমরা আপনাকে ওয়েটিং কার্ড দিব, ঠিক আছে?
থ্যাংক ইউ।
আসুন।
ইয়েস, পেয়ে গেছি আমার কাঙ্ক্ষিত কার্ডটি। যদি আমি অ্যাপরনটি পেয়ে যাই তো আমি যেখানে জব করি তাদেরকে আমি জানাবো আমি ছুটি চাই 2 মাসের জন্য। যদি তারা রাজি হয় তাহলে ওকে, আর যদি না রাজি হয় তো আমার স্বপ্ন পূরণের জন্য আমি জবটা ছেড়ে দেব, তাও আমি যেতে চাই ঢাকা।
আসসালামু আলাইকুম।
ওয়ালাইকুম আসসালাম।
আমার নাম তাসনিয়া আলী।
কি বানিয়েছো আজকে?
আমি বানিয়েছি বিফ লাজানিয়া।
কোথায় শিখলে বিফ লাজানিয়া বানানো?
এটাই ফার্স্টে ইউটিউব থেকে দেখেছিলাম এন্ড দেন কয়েকবার বাসায় নিজে ট্রাই করেছি 4-5 বারের মতো, যখন আমার মনে হচ্ছে যে রেসিপিটা পারফেক্ট করতে পেরেছি।
সেটা পারফেক্ট আছে?
আই হোপ সো।
ইটালিয়ান আইটেমে কোন উপাদানটা ছাড়া কখনো ইটালিয়ান ডিশ হয় না?
টমেটো আর মজরেলা, ওদের প্রত্যেকটা আইটেমে কাইন্ড অফ এই দুইটা জিনিস কনসিস্টেন্ট থাকে।
অরিগানো অলসো।
অরিগানো অলসো, ইয়েস।
এখানে মজরেলা আসছে?
জি, হোমমেড মজরেলা, যেটা আমি নিজে বানিয়েছি।
হোমমেড?
জি।
I am very impressed যে you make your own mozzarella.
থ্যাংক ইউ।
আর কি কি ইটালিয়ান ডিশ তুমি ভালো তৈরি করতে পারো?
স্প্যাগেটি উইথ মিটবলস, এটা ফ্রিকোয়েন্টলি বানাই। আরেকটা হচ্ছে তিরামিসু।
বাংলা খাবার বানাতে পারো?
জি পারি।
5 ফোড়নে যে ব্যবহার করা হয়, 5 ফোড়ন নাম শুনেছো?
জি।
5টা মশলার নাম বলো তো।
মেথি, মৌরি, কালিজিরা, জিরা, নর্মাল জিরা অ্যান্ড না সরি লাস্টটা মনে পড়তে
রাঁধুনি থাকে ওর মধ্যে।
ও হ্যাঁ, সর্ষে
রাঁধুনিও থাকে, রাঁধুনি থাকে। মনে করেন আপনি সেরা রাঁধুনি হয়ে গেলেন,
জি,
15 লক্ষ টাকাও পেলেন,
জি,
দেন করবেন কি?
আই থিঙ্ক কালিনারি আর্টসে একটা ডিগ্রি পারসিউ করব ফার্স্ট অফ অল। অ্যান্ড বেকিংয়ে আমার আরও বেশি অনেক কিছু, যে অনেক টাইপের আইটেমস আছে, সো ওগুলো আমি আমার প্রফেশনালি শেখার ইচ্ছা আছে। তো আমি মোস্ট প্রবাবলি স্কিল বিল্ডিংয়ে ইনভেস্ট করব সবার ফার্স্ট।
So for now, we'll give you a waiting card. ঠিক আছে?
আমি ঠিকই জানি আমার মাঝে আমি
Mình sẽ tô đến cái phần quyển sổ là kiểu quyển sổ bệnh án ấy, mình sẽ tô đến cái màu xanh này. Đem đê xuống cho nó giọt vào mồm ấy hả? Đê. Cho tầm 3 giọt nhé. Hả?
আপনার রাইস যেটা জি খুব যে খারাপ হয়েছে সেটা না
On top of that, it is slightly overcooked.
আমার নাম প্রীতি ইসলাম আমি আজকে কোকোনাট রাইস রান্না করেছি কোকোনাট রাইস উইথ গ্রিল চিকেন অ্যান্ড কোরিয়ান্ডার সস সাথে পামকিনের আরেকটা সস দিয়েছি ডেজার্টে দিয়েছি বাহারি মোহনভোগ
আপনার মানে এই যে রেসিপি জি সব কিছু মিলিয়ে কি মনে হয় সেরা রাঁধুনিতে পার্টিসিপেট করার জন্য এটা দিস ইজ বেস্ট রেসিপি
জি আমার কাছে মনে হয় যে এটা বেস্ট হবে
Preeti, first thing আমি আপনাকে টেকনিক্যাল জিনিসটা বলি
Yeah, sure.
ঠিক আছে it's very dry. Second জিনিস হলো গিয়ে whole roast is not the ideal thing to do when you're serving this at a restaurant or এরকম একটা কুকিং শোতে you don't expect the judges or the customer এটাকে কেটে নেবে. On top of that, it is slightly overcooked.
এখন একটু আমরা টেস্ট করে দেখি আপনার রাইস যেটা জি খুব যে খারাপ হয়েছে সেটা না ভালো
থ্যাংক ইউ
আর ডেজার্টটাও মাইল্ড মানে মিষ্টির ব্যালেন্সটা ভালো আছে
জি জি
কিন্তু ব্যাপারটা হয় কি যে যখন আমরা অডিশনে আসি তখন এতগুলো জিনিস দিয়ে আসলে অডিশন না
আমি
দরকার
এনেছি
ছিল
কারণ
না।
আমি হচ্ছে ফুল প্লেটারটাই সার্ভ করতে
ঠিক আছে
এটা আমার ইন্টেনশন
এতগুলো না দিয়েও আপনি শুধু একটার উপর যদি ফোকাস দিতেন
জি জি
তাও মনে হয় আপনার
আমি
বেস্ট হতো
সবগুলোর উপরে সমান ফোকাস দিয়েছি বাই মিস্টেকেনলি একটু ফল্ট হয়েছে হয়তো কিন্তু আমি চেষ্টা করছি খুব যত্ন করে করার অ্যাকচুয়ালি
আসলে যত্নের ছোঁয়া এখানে আছে আমি দেখতে পাচ্ছি এবং রেসিপির মধ্যেও আমার কাছে ভিন্নতা লেগেছে আর কিছু টেকনিক্যাল ফল্ট আছে তো আমার মনে হয় ওইগুলো যদি একটু কারেকশন করা যায় তাহলে ইট ওয়াজ গুড
Preeti, the chicken has flavor. চিকেনটা মজা সসটাও মজা রাইট বাট বেসিকে প্রবলেম হয়ে গেছে বেসিক ইজ আপনার কুকিংটাই তো ওভারকুকড
আমাকে অ্যাকচুয়ালি পোলট্রি চুজ করতে হতো মেবি এই ক্ষেত্রে
ফার্মের মুরগি ইউজ করলে মনে হয়
পোলট্রিটা
জি।
বেশি জুসি
অফ কোর্স
আমার এটা ফল্ট হয়েছে এটা আমি বুঝছি
Preeti, I think overall taste ভালো আছে and I think it's a good effort. We want to give you a chance.
থ্যাংক ইউ
ওয়েট করেন আসেন আপনাকে ওয়েটিং কার্ড হবে
আমার খুবই ভালো লাগছে যে আমি ওয়েটিং কার্ডটা পেয়ে গেছি আমি কিন্তু কনফিডেন্ট ছিলাম যে আমি ওয়েটিং কার্ডটা পাবো আর আমি এখন অপেক্ষায় আছি নেক্সট রাউন্ডে ঢাকা যাওয়ার জন্য আমি আশাবাদী যে আমি ঢাকা পর্যন্ত যেতে পারবো
chân thật và kiên nhẫn con mang theo gieo thiện lương muôn phương bằng cả trái tim thiên thần còn nhìn thấy khắp nơi mẹ ơi. Trên trời cao con rớt xuống đây hắt được làm em bé xíu của mẹ này dịu dàng mẹ cười đón thiên thần đáng yêu mẹ nhìn
Mình
con
đang tô bằng cái màu đỏ
hãy
nha,
biết
một cái màu đỏ tươi rất là
mẹ dạy con hãy
lộng lẫy cho chú công này.
người tốt
Với bộ lông dài.
mòn lối bao người mến yêu thương và bao dung mọi người bên con nhân đại khi con gặp khó khăn mẹ yêu ơi lời mẹ dạy con câu buồn khắc nhau yêu mẹ con yêu nhất trên đời này dành tặng mẹ yêu dấu thật nhiều cái ơn mẹ là thiên thần của
Mình đã tô xong cái phần đuôi là màu tím và màu đỏ nha. Mình sẽ tô đôi chân với cái màu nâu. Đây là cái màu nâu nha. Tới cái phần chân là cái màu nâu nè. Bộ lông dài, bộ đuôi dài lên nó sẽ che hết cả cái phần chân của chú công này nha. Mình sẽ tô phần lông trên bằng cái màu vàng. Vàng và cam kết hợp.